I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
You know, Fallon outed Becky, the spray tan artist, for using that HGH, and she will probably do more jail time than Blake ever will. How crazy is that?
How crazy.
That's right.
Poor
we are
Becky.
talking. Yeah, poor Becky.
Free Becky, hashtag.
Becky. CW's Dynasty Season 3, Episode 10, What Sorrows Are Drowning? So much Dynasty. And when I say we, I mean us three. Well, there's two of us here, but we have Bree behind the scenes holding it down for us with the chat and the panel. Thank you so much. And of course, Maddie Pocks to my left, Carrington herself.
Yes, I'm a Carrington. I hope to be one day. No, I'm just kidding.
You're close.
No,
Maybe
I'm
you
not
can
as
marry
evil.
Colby. You could marry Colby. Anyone can marry Colby.
No. This episode...
Colhane, you could marry Colhane.
You know, I don't want anyone's sloppy seconds.
You can marry...
Or thirds or fourths, because it's so incestuous with everything in the Carrington family. So
You can marry Kirby.
You know what? I actually would. She's not really... She's done Colhane. I didn't mean to say done. She's been with Colhane.
Sure. But she sold from Imperial, so she has money. She's great.
Yeah, but we get to see she's spent a lot of it. You know,
Did she spend it? We don't know. We're going to break this episode down. That is right. We are talking CW's Dynasty Season 3, Episode 10, What Sorrows Are Drowning? Mm-hmm. We will break it down as thus. Fallon's mad. Colby's getting worse. Colhane gets his fair share. You know what I'm talking about. Synergy, Dr. Adam, Fallon and Miss Adam. Kirby's back, Fallon's gone, Crystal's PTSD, Alex Carrington, Kobe needs an alibi, Crystal's investigating, and Crystal and Alexis, long-awaited cat fight. We join a yacht club. All that, a bit of news and gossip you're going to want to stay tuned for. And, of course, our special segment, Wow, where we break down our favorite Dynasty outfit of the episode and some predictions.
Yes.
What were your overall thoughts, Maddie, on this week's episode?
Well, I thought that... we see originally Fallon throwing the glasses at Blake. I thought that would kind of be the center and the focus of the episode when I first saw that. But, then we get into Blake wanting to be in a yacht club, and he obviously wants to establish his name again and be a part of something. So I thought that was cool. I loved the party. I loved his outfit as a captain. And, I think... obviously the Crystal scene, and I knew at the end that would happen almost, because she was catching on. She had the bullet, and I didn't expect them to go in the pool. And when they went in the pool, I thought someone was going to get shot. Or
I don't know if that
they
was a pool
drowned.
Exactly. A pool, that was...
pond.
It was like a pond. Yeah, it wasn't... Because a pool, they would have went way deep.
Yeah.
This was...
And I thought since, Fallon and Adam broke out in song, I thought Dynasty might be a musical again. Remember those episodes?
Yeah, they definitely had a musical episode a bit. It was a fun, good episode. It was definitely very, very entertaining. The Alexis Crystal fight was everything. I was hoping there would be a little more hair pulling, but of course they're probably really careful with their hair. But yeah. I would have loved to see a little more hair pulling. The fact that Adam and Fallon teamed up, that's a big thing. I know you hate Adam, but it actually humanized Adam when he says, this wasn't for father, this was for me to get to know my sister. And then he puts his wall back up at the end where he acts creepy again and goes, and my wife, and kisses her, and she's like, oh, you just had to do that?
And he kisses the hand.
He's doing that on purpose. This is Adam has been distanced from his family, and he's got a wall. He doesn't want to let people in either. He's putting up this front so he can fit in and he can take his place. But the truth is, he just wants a family. This is just a guy who doesn't have anybody.
In a super creepy way. But I actually started to like him in this episode because he wasn't doing anything conniving for once. He was actually helping, and he was quite funny when they went to... is it a cult? Is it a kind of...
Synergy definitely was a cult.
Synergy is like a cult sort of... I don't know, tribe.
It was definitely a cult. There are definitely some places that we could name that would be very Synergy-like, which we will not name. It's not my place to call anyone out.
Oh, a clue?
No, there's no clue. I mean, I
Okay.
just feel like, if it was me, I feel like when you were watching that synergy scene, if Tom Cruise popped up, I would have
just
never,
gonna say.
I wouldn't have been surprised. It just seemed very synergy.
Yeah, hint,
like,
they have
let's
locations
go.
around LA and all the celebrities
just in
go
general.
there.
I mean, no, just synergy itself. I'm not talking about anything in connection with anything else. I'm simply saying about synergy. It was definitely, it has cult-like aspects for sure. Yeah.
And they're very willing to take your money if you want to donate it.
I mean, they kind of manipulate everyone, and they're probably just taking this money. I mean, they own an island in Sri Lanka. Those can't be cheap. It was nice to see Culhane actually be not a good guy, because I've had this love-hate for Culhane. However, he definitely stepped up, and I appreciated that. Colby, you can tell him deteriorating, and that's a huge play. There's a lot going on. It's definitely exciting times. Let's talk about Fallon being mad at her dad.
She's going to be back in the manor, I feel. I know she did the extreme exit, wrote the letter, but it was hilarious how she even sees him on the way out. And then obviously the maid their helpers around the house try and take her bags. She's like, no, I'm trying to prove a point. I want to do it myself while she's exiting.
But still with daddy's money. It's not like she's slumming it and then going to do it herself. She's definitely part of the Carringtons, I mean, through and through. All her bags were Louis and Gucci. Like, she definitely was doing it. Oh, I'm doing it myself, but in the least herself way possible.
My thoughts were, though, when she was exiting, it's like, why didn't she get her own house already? Because it's not like she's a teenager. She's a grown adult. She could have went and done her own thing.
The manor's a small place. It's a huge place. I mean, I don't think I would ever leave. It's just a nice way to be taken care of all the time. Also, it's her safety net. It's her comfort zone. She's never lived outside the house.
Yeah. Hey, it could go really well or really bad.
Well, we'll see. Do you think she'll be back? Because that's what
I think so.
That's what Blake said. I don't know. I would love to know what everyone out there what you all think, because if not as much, you're more so a part of this panel than all of us. So let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Fallon will be back as Blake has predicted, or is she on her own for good? Let us know in the comments below. We appreciate you. Share, subscribe, like, tell your friends, spread the word, share the love. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us that 5-star rating we so greatly deserve. We appreciate you for making us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Yeah, thank you guys. We read all the comments and we try to respond to most of them, especially when we're on the show live. So
and
we appreciate
looking for more
it.
Comments on iTunes. We need more iTunes comments. Get those iTunes views up. Download it. So Fallon starts off throwing glasses and whatever she can get her hand on at her father in the beginning of the episode, and then leaves at the end of the episode after what I thought was going to be a reckoning turn reconciliation, because she didn't condone his behavior, but after understanding the full scope of the Mac killing, she did understand it a lot more. It went from a giant leap to just a step.
Yeah, I was surprised that she left. When they're reading out the letter at the end and everything, I thought maybe she was gonna go join that cult and try and find herself, but well, I guess we'll see, but good for her for doing her own thing. I guess she had to, look in the mirror and figure out, because she hasn't really had that yet with her character. She hasn't gone away. She's always just been there in the manor.
She has.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with the Blake and Fallon situation. I hope, because I love them as a team. I love when all of the Carringtons are working together. I really wish they could figure it out, because they could take over the world. I know it's just a show, and I love the drama, but I just love when they're working together against a common enemy.
Right.
And I hope that becomes a thing. And I saw that the most this episode, as we saw Fallon and Adam work together as a team for once.
Well, I really liked that scene where it was like Fallon, Adam, and we even got Colby. I'm pretty sure Culhane was there and Crystal, or I can't remember exactly who was in the room, but they're all kind of going around, and
Anders was there,
and they're trying to get Kirby
what
back.
Can we do? And Sam was there. Was there.
And so they're all just kind of, them all together, if they're not fighting, have this like dream team of just getting stuff done.
Let's figure it out. Let's make it happen. They figure out how to get inside the Synergy compound, which is using Adam's medical credentials. Adam jumps on board with the promise that Fallon will talk to Blake to get him back in the manor.
Yeah.
Which looks much better now that Fallon's not there. It looks like there might be a path for that. But they go to Synergy to rescue Kirby. Kirby's been smitten by
Joel.
Joel, the leader, the cult leader of Synergy, and leaves her father that message. And so we get this situation where they sneak in.
Fallon still looked like Fallon. I mean, I know that when they went for that gold ceremony, she took off the wig and she's like, "I'm Fallon Carrington," and no one knew who she was. She wore all this disguise, thinking she was disguised, still looked
and
like her.
No one knew her. And she was like, "So you guys just don't care about pop culture? Okay, that's good. No taste for pop culture. I get it."
How many people know who a billionaire is versus a celebrity? Like, she's not a huge celebrity. So why would you know unless you really follow, people who have a lot of money?
So Fallon is the Paris Hilton of the Carringtons, right?
Yeah, I
think
guess
that
so.
everyone would know who, for the most part, who Paris Hilton was.
Not in a cult like that where you probably aren't on your phone and they're not on their phone.
They had a life before, but yes, they are not allowed phones, and that would make a huge difference. Fallon pulled the Instagram model of, "Do you know who I am? No, we don't follow you."
Yeah, but what do you think about their performance? Her and Adam, guitar, singing. I literally thought that would start happening for the rest of the episode because remember that one episode?
No, Kirby cut it off quick. Kirby
I know. I was like,
thank
no.
you.
Nothing against musicals. I prefer Dynasty not to be one.
Sure.
Sorry, Brie.
I would understand that, but it was a situation where it's like, the song was cute. It was a good way to show their camaraderie and them working together, as we saw the whole coming up with the concept of, "Oh, this is I'm his wife. Like, I'm his wife." And she hated saying that. And, And then Adam's like, "Yeah, and we're expecting." No.
She's like, "Nope."
No. And they go in and they play that card, and it works. It gets them in to see Kirby. I didn't think that the Kirby persuasion was as strong as they try to make it seem. That short time they turned Kirby back to come back.
I was surprised she came back. I was like, what?
I wasn't surprised she came back because at the end she had that thoughtful look to her.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it was their persuasion. It was more her own decision. But she's kind of flip-floppy and wishy-washy to me now because she went from Die Hard, "I never want to hear from you again unless it was like a cry for help," to, "Okay, guys, you guys walk slow. I'm coming with you." Hopefully she got her money back. That's the important one.
That's what I was wondering when she walked up. It's like she went from calling Fallon the con man. And then we see literally the next scene. She's walking up. She's like, "I called my dad." Maybe she just misses her dad. I don't think she wants much to do with Fallon and Adam right now. Like, she's being nice.
She did call Fallon the most toxic Carrington.
Yeah. So I think she just wants to, see her dad and get out of there. But, hopefully she gets her money back.
Which, by the way, Kirby stole from Imperial. I don't care what anyone says. She stole a company
she kinda
because she
did,
was like, "I'm going to make this company." And then she stole it from Fallon, basically, in a trade that was supposed to revert back to Fallon, and then sold it and kept the money.
Yeah.
Which is not okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I guess Fallon doesn't really mind because she has so much money.
She's a billionaire, and so she doesn't notice. But that's just like a crappy thing to do.
Yeah, if I was Fallon, I'd say, okay, so, you took over my company, you basically, as you said, stole it, and now you're giving it to this guy who's using you. I'd be very mad at the money part.
Well, she sold it, and she was going to give him the money.
Yeah.
So the concept is like, if I let you borrow my shoes, and then you were supposed to give them back, and then you were like, "No, I take care of them better than you do. They're mine now," and then sold them on Craigslist.
Can I do that?
A little pissed.
I love your shoes.
Yeah, my shoes are fly right now.
I wish you could show the audience your shoes right now.
I know, the shoes. The shoes that track home. We didn't see Liam this episode.
I know. That's what I was going to bring up as well. He's still in the hospital, obviously. I want to see him back next episode.
But they weren't even worried about it. They didn't say, "Hey, is Liam okay? How's Liam?"
Yeah, why didn't Fallon go visit him?
Something should have happened with Liam. We just forgot about
Hopefully
that guy.
she goes to visit him next episode.
They definitely just forgot about him. But Colby should be in the hospital. Clearly, he's getting worse. The little shots to dull down the neurotoxicity is not a cure. It's just supposed to help, and it's not helping. And he says things as if he knows he's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that.
Is he foreshadowing his death?
Probably. Unless he, yeah, he should be in the hospital. Maybe he just doesn't, he's ignoring the problem. He doesn't even want to bother. He's kind of dealing with it as I don't know how to even say it. He just doesn't really care to really go through the treatments. Like, he's like, I'm just finished. I'm done. He's okay with getting worse and not going to the hospital.
I mean, I just think that he has no hope, and I'm hoping there's a cure somewhere that no one's aware of, or someone's going to be able to figure out this is actually what's wrong with you, and this is all you need to do to get better. And Adam's the person who could possibly do that. We'll see if they reconcile. We also see that Culhane gets all these shares of Atlantics, and now as Colby gives him his share, and then of course Fallon already transferred her shares to him. He's now going to be the majority owner in the Atlantics.
Yeah.
And at least it's the right person to go to because he does care. I don't think he earned it, but at least he will take care of it.
Yeah, he has a good head on his shoulders from what we can see. And he'll be the best for it because Fallon's doing her own thing. Colby's obviously not well, so it's up to Culhane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where it's Culhane, and of course, I liked how they pulled in Sam and Fletcher to, Sam and Fletcher, which we're going to talk about because they're having their own issues and love life and all that stuff. But Sam, Fletcher, and Culhane, once again, a show of what happens when they all work as a team. They get on this flight, and those, these donors these companies weren't going for it. They just wanted to have a free flight and free time.
Yeah. I mean, that woman kept asking for shots.
And she specifically tells Sam.
Yeah. So it was kind of just like a party to them. And, they said the whole thing about the stadium being in a crappy neighborhood. And that was obviously, you're talking to Culhane, who comes from nothing. And that obviously hit home to him. So he was like, no way.
Yeah, but it was planned. He had the video. They basically, as they put it, through a Hail Mary and caught it out of nowhere. Yeah. So the concept was, the corporations weren't going for it, and Culhane knew that this video would go viral and increase his fan base because now he's appealing to the people themselves, real people, as he puts it. Yeah. So it was great to see that scene, and Culhane stepping into the shoes of being this head of a business.
Yeah, he's literally Blake 2.0 almost.
He's been waiting for this, but he's not doing it in a Blake way. He's doing it with Blake tactics, but in the best way possible.
The CEO, position, not the connivingness and.
Well, it was conniving. He did know what they would say, and then utilized that as they videotaped it. And of course, Sam was the Spielberg of YouTube videos because he went down and he went up. So it looks like he didn't want to record it, but he did. It was great.
I love Sam and Fletcher.
Are we shipping them?
Yeah, I want them to last.
Sam Etcher? What are we calling Sam and Fletcher? Phlegm. Phlegm. Are we hashtag shipping phlegm? Do we like Fletcher and Sam? Especially Fletcher has a problem opening up. What do you think of that?
Give him some time, I think, because it's supposed to be a business thing. And obviously they don't want to mix that, but now they're mixing it. I think in time they could be something. Sam, I love him. He needs somebly to hang out with.
Sam does need someone. Yeah. I mean, his last husband is now locked up somewhere, which we've forgotten about completely.
Steven, and no one where asks, is he?
Why hasn't Steven called in 4 years?
Yeah.
Maybe he should call.
No one talks about him either. They're sitting around the dining table having a nice meal. Oh, I wonder where Steven is.
Hey, we're having a family meal. Where's Steven? Isn't Steven Anders' son? Isn't that?
Yeah, why isn't Anders ever trying to go find him?
His kids. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, why have we not heard from Steven? Fletcher and Sam, clearly they're getting along in the bedroom, but they're not getting along in just the living room, which is just small talk or getting to know each other. The whole concept of not knowing Fletcher's middle name, Baylor.
Well, I've never heard of that.
Baylor?
It's
also a pretty good college. So
I've never heard of that college either. Where's that?
Baylor, so here, Baylor, he's like, oh, it's Baylor. Do you like Fletcher for Sam? Not just Sam being alone, but do you actually like Fletcher, this character who's playing Fletcher for Sam?
I think if he opens up more, if he continues to do this whole closed off thing, then I say cut it off for Sam. But I really liked how near the end of this episode, you know, he reveals his middle name, which is apparently a huge deal.
What's your middle name, Maddie Pocks?
Linnea.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Swedish, yeah.
Oh, Linnea. Oh, Linnea. Yeah.
I would tell someone that on the first meeting. I don't know why it's a big deal. But anyways, to each their own.
My middle name is a big secret. So.
Oh, wait, what's your middle name?
You'll never know.
Okay, well, I guess we'll
I'm
find
close.
out.
I'm Fletcher. It's actually Baylor.
Oh, no way.
No,
what a great
not.
name. Never heard
Definitely
of it.
Not. So here we get Fletcher and Sam. They're working, and at least I thought for a second that Fletcher would possibly break up with Sam off of it, because it seemed he didn't want something as serious Sam did.
Yeah.
But then he comes around, because I like Sam trying and wanting to be on this gig.
I really want them to stick together and be together, but I feel that it's not the end of Fletcher being closed off. There's something that's holding him back. So hopefully we get to see that in the next few episodes.
And here we have Crystal investigating. Crystal is having PTSD over the shooting that killed her ex.
Mark Jennings.
And then also had her lose a baby, the miscarriage. She's not comfortable with it. She finds the bullet somehow in the random grass.
Just so happens.
No one else found the bullet. The police, the investigators, the
Yeah.
detectives, but she found one.
Yeah.
And it matches the
It
type
says
of bullet.
Carrington on it.
Yeah.
So that's, it boggles my mind that she didn't go there before, or, you know, even ask more questions way back when it happened. And, you know, good for her for now finally investigating it. Alexis, I love her character, but yeah, it was coming to her.
Well,
it was bound to happen.
I'd like to say this about the new Alexis as well as different characters. Alexis now, who is being played by Elaine Hendricks, is much closer to the Alexis Carrington who was known from the original Dynasty.
Right.
This is the closest, at least in the feel of the character, the manipulative, the coercion, and the sneakiness.
Yeah.
As far as Adam, who is similar to the old character of Adam, the whole incestuous feel is not something that was there in the original Dynasty.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
what
has been brought up. Has been
that's-
brought up.
Yeah, so they tried to spice it up a little bit.
Exactly. They were going for, let's make it or push the boundaries of what a creepy, evil person Adam can be, but they're still keeping him a little lovable, which is why he keeps doing the things that he does. So we get a lot of nods to the original Dynasty from the 80s on the show, for sure, simply because as a reboot, even though they've done an amazing job of not just rebooting everything and just redoing all the storylines that have been done, they do still, however, pay homage to the original.
Yeah, that's very important for everyone who obviously has watched the old one. Then they're not totally redoing it, so I love that.
It is. It's very good. So here we get Crystal investigating, and Blake was like, leave it alone, which made me think for a second that maybe Blake had more to do with it, which we know he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that. I think he doesn't want to rock the boat with Crystal, but he could have said, you know, I'm going to help you try and figure this out, because obviously it wasn't him. So that was weird, and obviously caused Crystal to go more dig deeper, which I would have done too. But she should have done it sooner.
That's because you're nosy. So it's really nice that Crystal was able to dig deeper on her own. It's really nice in the way that she was able to lead to Alexis, because it could have went wrong or bad so many times.
Yeah.
She could have just assumed, and I felt like at one point she did think that maybe Blake had something to do with it because she was keeping it from Blake. I
think Alexis is kind of an idiot in this way. She could have hid the gun way beforehand. Why is this all coming up now? And she's sneaking into their house, and obviously Crystal catches her. She didn't think about it. Like, she didn't even try and find a bullet. She didn't hide the gun. Like, she just is now scrambling because there's word on, the Carrington Manor that Crystal found the bullet.
And it's actually very interesting because, sure, we know that Alexis shot the gun, but that's a really great shot. Someone should give her some points for that. Sure, she missed, and the fact that she said, I was aiming for you, Crystal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there wasn't more of a discussion about that. I wanted more from that.
I'm surprised.
It was you, and Crystal kind of was like, I'm going to leave this alone. I'm not going to let you ruin my day after I kind of beat you up. I'm not going to let you ruin my day. I'm going to move on.
I'd be terrified. I would think that she would come after me with a gun because she already admitted to trying to kill her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Crystal didn't try and drown Alexis in that moment. I thought that was coming because I said, oh no, they're in a pool. What's going to happen? And, they're going from the shot of them fighting in the pool to Blake cheersing, and it's almost the end of the episode, and I was like, someone's gonna die. Oh my God. So I'm surprised that she walked out of there and said, no, it's not over. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Crystal has up her sleeve.
We'll see what Crystal has up her sleeve. It's Crystal, it can't be over. This investigation is going to have to lead to more. And then that cat fight was everything for me. It was everything. I've been waiting for these two to just jump, and now it's on.
Finally.
I mean, we did get the third incarnation of Alexis. However, finally, Crystal got some of it out. She needed to do this.
It was, building up inside of Crystal. Now she's officially a crazy Carrington.
She is. And now Blake wants to get back on his yacht club because he's been, there was just a
he
mistrial.
Got
it wasn't anything bigger. However, he wants his life back. I feel like the yacht club represents him having his life back.
I love how he's trying to bribe the I forget the guy's name.
Commodore.
The Commodore. I forgot his first name, but he's trying to bribe him with, how he has a bigger yacht. Like, I have 300 feet
you
foot
have
yacht.
290? Mine's 300.
Yeah, and then the guy's like,
Rich
you
talk.
Literally were on a murder trial. I'm not letting you in. And of course, in Blake Carrington style, he bribes the guy. So I wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah, of course. He wants his life back. He wants to get back into the mix of things.
Yeah.
Blake likes being in charge, which is why he likes everyone being under his roof. And then here we book in why Fallon leaving is so out of his purview. It just, he needs everyone in the roof so he can be in control. He wants to set the tone of the legacy of what the Carringtons are and what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if he tried to bribe Fallon back into the manor. Somehow.
We shall see. Let's get to our special segment. Wow. What was your favorite outfit of the episode?
I have to say I loved Blake's captain outfit.
Blake's captain outfit was the one that did it for you?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, Alexis, usually I say Alexis when she's in the episodes because she has the fur coats and everything, or Fallon when, she's dressed up in one of those girly suits. But I really liked Blake's captain outfit.
Well, I'll tell you what the worst outfit of the episode was that turned into the best outfit was when Crystal was wearing that outfit and Alexis turned around and was like, clearly you have no fashion sense on top of everything else. And then it was the worst outfit, but then when she fell and they fell into the pond and then she got up, the outfit looked amazing. It just
why? Because it was see-through?
It wasn't see-through. It was actually I checked
it was a white outfit.
But the cream and the way it fit and the way her hair just fell back on her head, it was just and her skin looked amazing. She just looked like radiant in this outfit.
Everyone looks sexy after a good swim.
They do. Everyone looks sexy.
A good swim. You mean a cat fight in a pool.
Even the synergy cultists looked pretty good. So that's all the episode talk. Let's get into some news and gossip. AfterBuzz TV News. Talking Dynasty news and gossip. Yes, we were renewed for another season. Yes, we're going to get a whole nother year of Carringtons. Yes, it's because everyone loves the Carringtons. No, not in the United States, but in Canada. That's right. Reports are saying that in Canada, Dynasty is one of the highest rated shows, and that is why we tipped over into getting yet another season of Dynasty. Thank the Canadians for something.
Hey, you're forgetting
right.
Europeans. It's bigger in Europe. It's
bigger. The Europeans.
Yeah, it's bigger in Europe than here and in Canada. But honestly, I don't know any of my American friends who watch it like religiously. But in Canada, it's huge. People are like, oh my God, I can't wait for the next episode. And then, James, who was one of our hosts last season, he just let us know that in international countries, it is huge. It's
a huge hit. I can imagine. It's great. It's good-looking people, rich. And also, if you're in a different country, you're like, this is how Americans really are. They don't realize that it's a show. This is an anthropological study.
Well, they kind of Americans are kind of like the Carrington.
They are, at least. But you're not American. You're Canadian, and you're a Carrington. So
so I can tell better than you. I can oversee all the Americans, and I'm like, that's kind of what the show is like.
Well, what do you think is going to happen in the show? Let's get into predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Maddie Pocks, your crystal ball says what?
Okay, my crystal ball. Okay, so there's going to be a huge showdown again, I think, with Crystal and Alexis, I think. Okay, so obviously we see Crystal talking to Blake about it. So I think Blake's going to try and get rid of Alexis somehow. Maybe she won't get killed, but maybe she'll get injured again and get a new face. We don't know. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Culhane, see him doing really well. He's going to be really popular after that video. Hoping for Sam and Fletcher to be in a relationship, but he might have more walls that he's putting up. So hopefully Sam can tear those down. I think Kirby's obviously back in the manor. There might be some drama with her. Maybe Joel tries to come back and get her money. Hopefully she gets her money back. Adam and Fallon, maybe they'll be friends again, hopefully. And hopefully Adam, I really liked him this episode. So hopefully he's a little bit more normal again and doesn't go back to being evil. Maybe he's trying to be on his best behavior. What do you think?
Well, I think that Culhane is not done CEOing. Mm-hmm. We're going to see a lot more of that. I do think that we're going to get Crystal and Alexis having a bigger showdown than we've seen to this point. And Crystal might get her family involved, and that would create a tragedy that would be enough possibly to bring Fallon back to the manor. Because with Fallon not being at home, it seems like the dynamic has shifted and it's not going to be as dramatic as it has been for such a long time. I think Adam and Fallon's team up is only the beginning of something more. And then Adam gets shown in this really good light. And then we bring back the Steven storyline and it ties back to Adam. Hopefully, right when you think it's all going to be good, it was all bad again.
I want Steven back so bad.
And so we'll see. We'll find out. But until then, where can people find you if you want to be found? Maddie Pocks.
I am on Instagram at Maddie Pocks. Thank you guys so much.
And find me at I am Tehran all across the board. IAMTEHRAN. Social media, that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all over. And of course, you could probably find me in the Carrington Manor. And if not, find me hosting and paneling on a slew of other AfterBuzz after shows because all of your favorite TV shows are my favorite TV shows too. Until next time, more Dynasty. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.